Hi everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 5. So last time out we had our last Mementos quest. We took on our last kind of side quest from Mishima. And we also
Actually, never mind.
agreed that the last thing we need to do is in order to restore everything to kind of normal, we have to go into Mementos and take the treasure from the heart of Mementos to kind of get rid of the world's distortion. So that's what we're going to be doing in this part. We're going to be beginning our journey, heading into Mementos and heading through the final dungeon of the game.
Aren't you only going to be here for a year? Still, it makes me happy to hear that.
But anyway, before all that, we've got one last thing. We've got one last
for tonight at least.
Social link rank to go through with Morgana to unlock Morgana's true persona. And yeah, so now we're at max rank with Morgana. Basically, this will happen at this part of the game, whatever happens, because Morgana's social link kind of rank goes along with the story, so you're kind of stuck with it no matter what. So yeah, it's always going to awaken at this point, so yeah, you can't really get her confidant rank up really early, like a lot of them. But we can now Futsunushi, which is the ultimate magician arcana persona, and we get Morgana's true persona, her full power, which is this guy, who I think has got a really cool design. I like the winged feet with the staff. Looks really cool. Mercurius is Morgana's ultimate persona. And we learn evade electricity as well. Triples evasion attack against electricity, which is pretty useful. Yeah, let's get rid of Masakunda and get in evade elec. And yeah. There you go.
We should rest.
So I think that now with that we have got all of the party members now have their true and ultimate personas, which is really useful for the final dungeon and the final battle. So yeah, it's really useful to get that out of the way. And so yeah. Tomorrow is going to be when we head into the dungeon, to the true final dungeon of the game. But first, Velvet Room.
That was a fruitless delight in.
We gave you words of praise, but we take them all.
Oh, for God's sake, I'm trying my best, love. Leave me alone.
What was hindering your rehabilitation? To think it would be the ignorant masses to which you tried to prove your integrity. Did they themselves not show elation for those who are unseen?
Yep, it's all the general public's fault. Fuck the masses.
Yet none take responsibility. The distortion of man's world is endlessly deep. Fixing it may now be impossible.
Yeah, Igor kind of changes tack a little bit here, and he's actually, and even Caroline and Justina kind of worried, because Igor's tune is kind of changing here. He's kind of saying at this point that it seems that he's kind of giving up on humanity and kind of giving up that on, you know, that we as the trickster can really do anything, which kind of goes against Igor's personality, because he is very much like a positive dude who's like, you know, you can change your destiny and you can go against this and kind of apologies, you can succeed in your rehabilitation and all that kind of thing. And so it's a big kind of change for his personality here, and it kind of gives you a little hint as to what might be coming up very soon. And I'm not going to spoil it, but it's one of the best moments of story in the entire game. Hey, Makoto. How are you? It has to. So yeah. The day has come. We've got our exams out of the way. We've done all the side quests in Mementos itself, so the last thing we need to do is head into the heart of Mementos and finish off the true final dungeon of the game. Hey, and who got the top score? I'm top of the class because I'm just that awesome and amazing. I'm so cool. And of course, if you get max rank here, if you do as well as you possibly can, your charm increases as well, which is useful. Not for me though. I'm already at max with everything, so. But it's worth doing. Okay then.
Hey, check out
True final dungeon time.
The door to the depths of Mementos has been
Yep.
opened. Wait, does that mean
So yeah.
Really gonna do
Sorry,
this?
fucking hell. What it means by that is the final area, the true final dungeon of the game, is now available for us to go through.
I just thought, what am I gonna do if you guys freak out and bail on me?
So that's what we're kind of stuck with now. We've got to go in there and erase Mementos.
Let's go, you guys. Lona sure seems
Something else I should mention as well is that
Say,
the side quests that you've been doing, that Mishimo's been giving to you up to this point, if you haven't done any of them, then you won't have unlocked
you're right.
the majority of the dungeon beforehand. And so at this point, then you'd have to go through the majority of the dungeon
wrap that up.
in one go, as well as going through the true final dungeon in one go, which kind of sucks. So yeah. What was I going to say? As well, okay, yeah, Morgana has a bit of a thing here where he's been a bit of an asshole, and he's acted a bit weird. The reason for that is that I think it's at this point that the mist is starting to clear and he's starting to remember, all about his past and all that kind of thing. And the closer we get to the heart of Mementos, the more he's going to remember. But I won't talk about that until we actually get the kind of reveal of who he is. So here we go, Path of Melith. This is the true final dungeon of the game, Mementos. And something which I kind of like about this as well is that this is where all the trams end up. So basically, all the trams that we've the trains that we've seen going through the each floor as we go down progressively, we see like trains going past us. This is where they all end up, and people end up going behind this giant wall. So yeah, we're gonna find out what's behind this and find out what's really going on. So yeah. And something else that should be mentioned, the door only opens from the outside. So if you're on the outside, you can get in, but you can't get out. So what does that say? Yeah, that kind of suggests that this is a prison of some sort, which kind of goes along with the whole theme of the whole game. But we'll soon find out. I will say that they recycle another theme here. They recycle the theme from Futaba's Palace here. Not that I'm complaining, because that theme song is fucking awesome. But I would have liked there to be like a true, true final dungeon kind of theme. But I guess not the end of the world. Something else I'll mention about it is that it's kind of creepy as well. I kind of like the vibe that you get from the final dungeon, which is how a final dungeon should be, in my opinion. That it should be kind of creepy and something that should kind of intimidate you and freak you out. And I think that this true final dungeon, the true final palace, does do that very, very well. The depths of Mementos is very creepy to go through. Does have a very creepy vibe and look to it, which which I'm appreciative of. And I think that the music, even though it's recycled, is a good fit. And so yeah, here we go then. It's time for the final dungeon. This one is actually, it's not ridiculously long, but it took me quite a while just because of the sheer number of puzzles that they throw at you in this one. And the puzzle's quite good, I'll say that, but it's kind of tricky. So yeah, there's a bunch of shadows, all people's shadows, all behind bars.
Come on, don't be out there and come on in.
That voice acting.
I have no intention of leaving this place.
They feel safe being here? What are you saying? You're being kept in a prison.
This reminds me of Kamoshida's castle. They're like the slaves we saw there.
So yeah, it seems as if the shadows of the people here are basically willfully going into prison, which sounds kind of weird. Why the hell would you want to go into a prison?
It's no use. You can't reason with these people.
They're truly distorted, just like the scenery here.
You end up searching for stuff or being troubled because you're out. There are things you don't need to know to live on.
He's right. Things like the details on the system, the
locked quarantine cell. So yeah, we're gonna find out about that. That's supposedly a place deep at the heart of Mementos, where the most dangerous prisoner in the world is kind of kept locked up, and we're going to be finding out who the hell that is. But it's a bit too early yet. We can't talk about that yet. Right, so we got a bunch of guards to take out, and this is something which happens, sort of recurs throughout this dungeon as well. Is that you'll have a talk with some of the prisoners and trying to work out what the fuck's going on, and then guards will come up and you'll have to take them on. Sorry. So you'll have to take on the guards, and then you'll have a bunch of puzzles to deal with, and then you'll have more of this kind of, and then it kind of repeats itself. Shit. So yeah, God's Hand. These guys aren't particularly strong, but they do have an annoying move which basically greatly increases their ability to. What's the word? It greatly increases their ability to evade. So that's kind of a pain in the ass. Ice, will that work? Shit, I keep missing. And they also have God's Hand, which is a really strong physical move, which has a really high chance of landing a critical, which means they've got a really good chance of landing, dealing out multiple attacks, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. I couldn't remember what their weaknesses were, so I was just like, fuck it, let's just try and hit them with everything I've got, and boom, down they go. They're more annoying than they are difficult. But yeah. There you go.
That was careless of us.
By the way, for the true
true
final boss of the game, you'll want to be at around about level 70 in order to have a comfortable time with it. Which is why I went out of my way to kind of do some grinding in Mementos before I went into the the final fight against Shido. Kind of got myself up to like level 68, 69.
Just the sense I'm getting.
Knowing that I've got one more dungeon that I can go through.
Really close to remembering something important.
You know, which will give me enough experience points to kind of level up to level 70.
On top of that, I'm curious to know who the ruler of this place is.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep, so Morgana is now slowly but surely remembering who they are and remembering how they came to, how he kind of, sorry, how he kind of came to be. His memories are slowly coming back to him. And he'll have all his memories back by the end of this dungeon, pretty much. Shit. Yeah, I'm being a bit, what am I doing? Tom, just fucking kill him. Attack the bastard. There you go, kill him. There you go. Do we have a... Okay. This enemy, I remember, does hit actually pretty fucking hard, Moloch. But he's weak to ice, so yeah, he's really not going to be all that hard. So I can take this opportunity to heal everybody up. Oh god, we're having some issues. I didn't see that. Anyway, sorry, fuck. Let's get Buffy down. Time to die. Shouldn't miss. Thank god it didn't. Thought it might have done for a minute there. Oh well. Time to kick your ass. Yeah, basically this guy is pretty hearty in terms of his physical defense. And yeah, fear. And he gets 2 attacks in as well because he's a bitch. Yeah, but Makoto was able to get an attack off even though she was scared, so yeah, he's done. Like I say, his big thing is that he's hearty, takes a lot of physical punishment, but attack-wise he's not that strong. There are certainly, you know, there are stronger enemies in this final area. So, drained businessman, that's scary. Okay, let's head this way. Oh. Oh yeah, I remember. So this is the introduction of the puzzles, the puzzle element. Basically, how this puzzle works is you activate the terminal, and then it gives off these yellow kind of panels that you have to walk over. Basically, you activate the system, you run on them to turn them all the same color, the same, I think is blue. Yeah.
Yep.
Keep going, there you go. Yeah, so you want to turn the system, the whole thing blue.
Come on, let's go.
And then once you've turned them all blue, you press the button on the panel again. For fuck's sake. Do you really need to have this much tutorial? Anyway, and once you've done that, then that deactivates the security system and allows you to continue forward. And that's pretty much the only puzzle that you really have throughout the entire game. So yeah, that's pretty much the only puzzle we have in the entire game. It's the rest of the game. Join me next time for the next part of Persona 5 when we continue through the true final dungeon and we're going to have a lot more puzzles to go through. See you next time.